Hi ladies, you are in for a treat. We are going to share our meal plan and meal prep process with you with hopes that this will help give you a sigh of relief with preparing for this journey of trying to eat clean, especially when it is more than just yourself eating well. Because when you have family, I understand you're not going against just yourself, you're going against others, and that can definitely have its challenges. So every household looks different, and every fitness journey, every nutritional lifestyle looks different. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, the heart and soul of us doing a detox with plant-based is to be able to remove as much as you can without removing nutrition from your life. And then seeing how your body responds when you add it back in so that you can be realistic and say, okay, you know what? I probably shouldn't have as much as this or what have you. So that's the heart and soul of the process. And I promise you, you will be given the meal plan to kind of go over and review with your family. But we want to make sure that we kind of lay everything out for you first so that you are prepared. So what do I do in a meal plan and meal prep process? First and foremost, I always make sure I check what is inside of my home. I do not like the idea of just going straight to the store without a list and that type of thing, because I find that I spend more and I don't come home with all the ingredients for every single meal. And that doesn't work well for anybody, especially not our budget. I do want to start first and foremost by saying that we are a family size of 5, and we eat between probably more like 6 to 8 snacks meals a day. Especially with the little ones that are kind of always hungry or wanting to snack on things. And so I just want to encourage you and let you know that if we eat outside of our home, that amount is also included in our grocery budget. So we have to be very wise with our choices, and it does need to be strategically planned. And so for our family size of 5, now I do acknowledge that I have younger children, ages 9 and below, but our family size of 5 is $200 every 2 weeks. That means a grocery budget of $100. I have been able to do all of what I do, what I share with you. I have been able to eat well and clean, as well as my family, as best as possible within that budget. So I always want to make sure that you know that it is not impossible. Does it require work? Yes. But the times when I'm struggling with, how I don't want to do this, why do I have to be Susie Homemaker? Or in my case, I call myself Carmen Homemaker. Why do I have to do all of these things where I have this attitude of complaining? The reality is that the better that you care for your family, the less likely, I'm not saying you eliminate it, but the less likely it is that your family will have illnesses and ailments. And so that keeps me very, very motivated to care for them and really check my heart, because when I'm having complaints, it's my issue. So I check my pantry, my freezer, my refrigerator, make sure I pull everything that needs to be used. I pull those things out. My pantry items are bulk items like bulk rice, bulk beans, bulk mixed nuts, bulk oats, those types of things that I can make for myself. Anytime that you are going to buy something pre-made, pre-packaged, pre-canned, you're going to pay more for it. A small can of beans is like 99 cents when on sale, and that's going to feed my husband and I versus if you buy a pound of beans for 50 cents or $1 a pound, you're going to be able to feed your whole family and then some. So you got to kind of do your math and choose. And for a lot of us, we either use a crock pot or we use a pressure cooker. And of course, yes, you can still use stovetop, but that will help eliminate time for you. So I make a list. I make sure that my list is always made out. And I make my list with my prices so I can really be very careful with how I spend. If I go over my amount, something else it has to be removed. And I don't have that option because my husband and I are on a very, very strict plan for our future as far as finances are concerned. So I go in with cash. I do not use my debit card to make sure that I do not go over this amount. So I have my list. I write out my items. I make sure that I meal plan for what is on sale and what is in season. So when you receive this meal plan, you will see that I am trying my best to make sure that it's kind of your commonly items for this specific season, and they're pretty much a sale item across the board, because I want to be realistic. Also, if I'm going to use bell pepper for my spaghetti sauce that I'm going to make, or an Italian type menu, I'm going to also use that same bell pepper for salads or those types of things. That way you can rotate different ingredients. They're kind of the same ingredients, but rotate them between different meals. So I have my meal plan. I write everything out. I personally shop for one time a week. If that's too overwhelming for you, shop for 2 days or 1 day. Whatever habits you want to try getting into, start a little bit at a time. Maybe you want to go to the grocery store and kind of buy staple items and then meal plan 1 to 2 days. That's okay. That's completely okay. This is your journey and we're here to help you. Once I come home, I make sure that I bring out whatever needs to be used first. I make sure I put it on the counter, put everything into the refrigerator or the pantry or the freezer. I put those things into the back. That way I can make sure that nothing goes to waste. I cook. My meals aren't usually cooked, but like my staple items. So like I'll cook our rice, I'll cook our beans, I'll cook our oats, kind of the staple items that I'm going to definitely use. As far as vegetable goes, I make sure that I kind of prepare those fresh as possible. If we're going to do pasta noodles, I make sure that I plan those on nights where I'm going to be home so I have time to cook them. The nights that I'm going to be out and about, you want to be realistic, maybe do sandwiches or wraps or easier things for you, especially when you're doing mainly fruits and vegetables, but you want to be realistic for your family, because I understand our families are not, raising their hands and jumping for joy over eating exclusively fruits and vegetables. I get that. So those types of things, I still give my children PB&Js, mac and cheese, grilled cheese, whatever staple items. I do make sure that I replace what I possibly can for their palate, but I change ingredients. So my cheese is going to be grass-fed. My noodles are going to be one ingredient, or if I'm going gluten-free, make sure it's still one ingredient. Just because you're living a certain lifestyle doesn't mean it's healthier. The biggest, most important thing is making sure that you are using minimal ingredients when you are preparing your meals for your family. Dinner time, we're eating what's served. I'm not making 10 different meals. So if my family does not like, I don't know, I'm just going to say, like, if they gag hands down no matter what with artichoke, I'm not going to meal plan for my children to eat artichoke. I know that they've tried it a couple of times. I'm going to be realistic. So maybe I'm going to have artichoke, asparagus, like a veggie blend, but I know that they like carrots and I know that they like broccoli and I know they like it raw versus cooked. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead. I'm cutting everything up anyways. I'm just going to put that on the side for them. Be realistic, and then maybe I'll add, if I'm doing it over salad, maybe I'll do it over rice for them. Maybe I'll do it with some pasta noodle on the side. You got to be creative and you have to be considerate of, it's hard for us to make changes. Your family's going to have those same apprehensions. So you want to make this look attractive. If we're complaining like, oh my gosh, the salad is horrible, or another salad again, or those types of things, I mean, what's the likeliness of your family wanting to be on board with this, or those around you? So just be considerate of those things. And, as we should be doing with anything, is like, if we're grumbling and complaining, we really need to check our heart with it. So I think that is pretty much the gist of it. I cut up like vegetables, if we're going to have, cucumbers and carrots, I'll cut those up for like a day or two's worth so we could quickly grab it. What is ready, like if the kids go and open the refrigerator, what is within eyes view is what they're going to go for. So you got to choose. If it's not prepared, I promise you, even for myself, I buy a spring mix of salad instead of buying romaine salad. Why? Because that romaine will go bad. The spring mix, I don't know. There's something about being able to just pull it out of the bin and put it into a salad, into a bowl. I'm going to eat that. I'm not going to eat the romaine. I'm just not. I'll eat it as a wrap. I'll eat things as a wrap, but that's just me. Maybe you're different, but for me, I go for spring mix. As I mentioned already in our our first video, our abs and our fitness, it happens in the kitchen, not in the gym, not in our living room. The living room, the gym, exercise is for our endorphins, for our mind, for clarity. The food, that is to keep us going. That is to help generate an overall stance of health and wellness. So just keep that in mind as you're wanting to make choices other than what's wholesome for your body. So yeah, I hope that that helps you. And we will be sharing pictures throughout the day just to kind of give you examples of what the lifestyle has looked like for us and made it work for us. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, the last thing, this meal plan includes dessert. And my family always looks forward to dessert. And that's where you can sneak in your veggies and sneak in your chia seeds and sneak in different things because they don't know that's there. And it's actually really cool. And it tastes fruity and it's really fun because a lot of times it's like a smoothie or a sorbet or those types of things. So I hope this helps you. Ruby's going to go ahead and close this out.
Hey, ladies. Again, I am so excited with Carmen, and I want to just share a little bit about how I meal prep as well. We're a family size of 7, and I don't have little ones. My littlest one is 7 years old right now, or she'll be 7 soon. So, yeah, I have 2 grown men. My son is a young man. That's what we tell him. You're a young man, you know? And so he is athletic and he plays sports, and then he comes home, he runs, he does all these things. Sorry about that. So sorry, I got a phone call. So anyways, he eats and he can grub. And so with all that being said, when I first started, I just want to share a little bit about that. My journey, like I said, I started a year ago in January 2016, and you know, little by little, I began to eat right. And I knew my family was like, you're crazy. Like, I'm not going to eat what you're eating. And so I was like, oh my gosh. So I was for a long time cooking 2 meals at dinner time. I had healthy snacks and I had other snacks that sometimes I will buy here and there for birthday parties, or they're going on a field trip or something like that. I will buy certain things. And so that's just the realistic of my home right now, where we're at. But at the same time, my children now prefer to have cucumber cut up with hummus, to have apples with peanut butter or almond butter in their lunch pail. And so I'm super excited about that now. And, you know, it just goes to show, like, the more you bring these things around, the more they see you eating it. I don't know about you guys, but everything that I eat or it's on my plate, it just seems more attractive than their plate. And I'm like, okay. So, but if it's for the benefit and their health, then go for it. Here, have some more. I mean, it's not going to cost me anything to get up and cut up another apple for myself with some almond butter and chia seeds. So with that being said, for a long time, I was pretty upset with my husband and my family because I was cooking 2 meals. I did it because I love them. And I understand that it takes a long time to change your palate and to change the things that you eat and the things that you want to eat. And even in time, like, I enjoy to eat those things, but I'm not going to sit here and say I don't crave other foods. You know what I mean? Because I am still going through that process, and I'm okay with that. Mentally, in my mind, I wrote it down. I know what my journey is, what my goals are. And it's like anything in life, it takes time and effort for that change to come along. It doesn't happen overnight. So my encouragement to you is to sit down with your family and let them know, hey, this is what I'm going to be eating. You guys will still have your snacks, but as far as dinner goes, we're going to have lentil tacos. You know what I mean? And you're not even going to taste the difference. So give it a try. And if not, I cook, you know, a little bit more ground beef or chicken on the side, and I'll make them a chicken taco. But I want them to try it. And I tell them, you try a little and I'm going to try some too, you know, as far as the effort of making the other food for them. My oldest, she loves broccoli raw. She cannot eat it cooked. I can't eat raw broccoli. That upsets my stomach. So like Carmen was saying, when I'm going to have broccoli or stir fry, I know that she doesn't like it cooked. So yeah, I leave it out for her. She's still going to eat it. She's just going to eat it raw. If I'm going to have a salad, I do not, you know, put bell peppers or pepperoncinis in my children's salad because they don't like it. But I do put, you know, spinach, romaine lettuce, tomato, cucumber, and those kinds of things, and they love it. Celery, carrots, you know, they love all those things. So just, you know, and they seem so much better and they seem so much fuller when they eat these things. They're not asking for more because they're content and they're satisfied. They don't even know it. I'm the one paying attention because I'm serving them and watching them. And so I just want to encourage you with that. My budget is a little bit more, obviously, because there's more in our family. But again, I write my meal plan, and I do tweak it compared to what Carmen needs. She likes, like she was saying, the spring mix. I tried that. The first time I did a challenge group with Carmen, I bought it. I bought the box from Costco, because it was cheap. That thing went bad. I ate it one time, and I was like, I'm not eating this. But you have to find what works best for you. I buy the bigger spinach container, and that's what I do. And I have my romaine lettuce. I cut up my romaine lettuce, and I put my spinach, and then whatever other veggies I add, celery, cucumbers, bell peppers, those kinds of things. So I just want to encourage you. Find what works best for you. Not everything on there is going to seem appealing, but give it a try. You know what I mean? Try it. Do not use what's in your pantry. Use what's in your refrigerator first. Like Carmen said, we don't want you to go buy a bunch of groceries that are going to go to waste, first of all. Second, you're going to waste money, and that doesn't really help anybody. So this time I'm super excited. I'm almost going to be finishing 2 years. My husband and my family are going to do the detox with me. And so it will take time to see the fruit of your labor. But the more you try, the more you do it, you're going to see in yourself. And after a while, I'm going to share, God did a work in my heart. And after a while, when I was like, you know what, I'm okay with making him 2 meals because I feel great. It was just a second nature thing. And then I was like, I should pray for my family in this area. And so I began to pray for them. 1 week. I spent 2 years. I kind of feel like the Israelites, 2 years doing it almost on my own. 1 week I prayed, and my husband was like, I want to do this with you. So just some encouragement, God can do anything. Maybe your man is going to do it, now, maybe he's not. I don't know, but I want to encourage you ladies with that. And I am praying for you. And just know, look at the meal plan, look over it. We're going to share some things. And yeah, ask us any questions, anything you want to know. If you want to substitute something, ask us what's in season. That's what Carmen and we do the meal plan, what's in season. And so, those fruits and vegetables are in season because they're good for our body. God knew what we needed. So I just want to encourage you with that. So I'm excited to see what happens. And just if you guys have any questions, let us know, and we will talk to you soon. And I hope you guys post and comment. Okay, thanks, ladies. Bye-bye.
So I'm going to go ahead and just briefly share for today. What we need you to do is share in comments below your fears. Share your biggest, what's your pain point? What is something that you realistically, I believe that I can do this, but help my unbelief. What can we pray for you on, and what can we help encourage you with? So share your fears, share your struggles, because we want to know, we want to see you have victory in these areas, and we believe that you can. But we first need to speak them and share those things with others so that we can throw them out there, because our worst critic, and we are made to feel like they're lies, and that nobody else is going through it. And you will see by sharing what this will help, just the freedom of just sharing that you get to have. And that's truly the heart of so much of what we do, is to give each of us freedom in Christ first and foremost, but in life, in nutrition, in the lifestyle. So share in comments below and stay tuned. We'll be sharing a lot, and I promise you that meal plan's coming. Thanks, ladies.